Hey guys, it's George here, and welcome to a video where I'm going to be talking about the 7-hour revision. Should you do it on Easter every day? Yes or no? Firstly, I'm just going to say there's a lot of truth and inaccuracies to this statement. Some, one hand, yeah, he is a good point. Other hand, he's an idiot, and yeah, it's just mainly misleading in my opinion. He's gone for a one shoe fits all, but obviously not, because one shoe does not fit everyone, as we're all different. But I'm going to go over why it's stupid first and why he's an idiot. And yeah, I'm just going to insert a little screening of the statement, what he said. And yeah, it was in quite a few news outlets. It's been on the news. Here it was on the TV when I walked in. Yeah, firstly, generalizing the entire age group of 15 to 18 year olds is dumb. We're all doing, some of us doing A-levels, some of us doing B-Tech, some of us doing GCSEs, and then some of us doing foundation GCSE. Why generalise everyone? I don't know. And obviously some A-levels are harder than others, like media is probably not as difficult as chemistry. But I'm going to not talk about that because a lot of people are going to hate on me, even though obviously every A-level is difficult, just some are actually harder. But yeah, then I'm going to talk about how we're all in different stages. Some of us, I'm just going to put it in context of GCSEs. Some of us have been revising for 2 years. Some of us have been revising for 2 weeks. There is a big difference between how many hours the person that's at 2 weeks that's been revising for 2 weeks has to revise compared to the person that's been revising for 2 years if they want to get the same grade. Because I'm going to use this little example here. Alright, so you see that's the finish line. Let's say this is a 9 here. If you are here, or here, you won't have to revise as much as someone is here or here if they want to get a grade 9. Why? Because it's like a race. If someone's 100 meters ahead, away from the finish line, and you're like 500 meters, you're gonna have to run a lot faster, and the only way to do that is by revising more. I think it's a decent analogy. But some people have different finish lines, because obviously if you have a different start, some people are gonna have different finishes, because someone that's here, let's say it's a grade 4 here, some people here and here only want a grade 4 in maths and English, and then they want to go over to their apprenticeships because they just don't like school, education isn't really for them. So obviously the people here won't probably be revising 7 hours a day, or because they don't really need to get the grade 4. But you got some people here and here, they're just going for the grade 7s, or so they haven't got to revise as hard as someone that's say here and wants to get the grade 9. Because I was about here and I wanted to get a 9, but I got an 8. But obviously I got 8 is still an amazing grade, and I'm really happy with it. I wasn't expecting it at all. But you want something, you don't always get it. But yeah, I think I've explained this best as I can, because everyone has different start and finishing lines, and generalising all of them together, he's basically saying everyone's at this grade and everyone needs to revise this amount of time to get to there, when obviously you have some people, like some of my friends, they got great. One of my friends, I'm not gonna name him, but he got a grade 9. He got a grade 9, and he revised for 2 hours a day. And if you're revising every day 7 hours, 7+ hours, it really does kind of annoy you that happens. But that's just life. Some people get things easier, and shit, really sleeves keep them rolling up. I don't know why. But yeah, because we're all in different stages, different start finish times. That's why the statement's dumb. Why would someone that's 1 grade away from the grade they want revise more than revise the same amount of time as someone who is 4 grades away from what they want? That's basically it, why it's dumb. But I'm going to move on to the however, and this is probably going to annoy a lot of people, but because we're all on these different levels, it means we all have to revise at different hours. So to get the grades we want, which is also all different. So a lot of people will have to revise 7 hours, and a lot of people don't want to hear that they have to revise 7 hours, because no one wants to do that. And I keep on looking away from the camera because I keep having to look at my notes, because I've recorded this so many times I keep on forgetting what stage I've got to, because I know I make a lot of stupid comments within it. But yeah. But yeah, some people have to revise for different hours basically the gist of it is you have to revise different hours to get to different stages, and it depends what stage you are at. The only analogy I can really give is in a race, and what times you're going to get really depends on how hard you work, how hard you want to work, how hard you're going to work, if you know what I mean. But yeah, also if you think about how many hours, literally how many hours you revise is so sensationalised, and the perfect example of that is Study With Me's. 19-hour Study With Me. Oh, yeah, you're gonna. Here's like 500k views, and it's kind of like giving people the wrong impression. Like, you haven't got to revise that long. And I know these people say, yeah, you don't have to revise that long, but you know, I did. So, yeah, don't understand it whatsoever. But that's why I kind of did the take the piss 24-hour challenge, or study challenge. And I haven't seen anyone else try it. So, props to me. But yeah, how many hours you put in. If you think that's how, like, that would give you, like, if you revise 10 hours every day up to your GCSEs, even on school days, and you think that's what's going to get you your A star, probably not, because it's really tailored to different people, like how many hours you need to revise. And if you think, like, I'll think of an example, someone that revises all the time, that Ruby Granger who revises, she's the, like, main Study With Me person that does all the Study With Me. She's in the Times. Revised how many hours, pretty much a walking textbook, because she knows so much, but didn't get into Oxford. Why? Probably because they want people they can teach, you know, they don't want just people that revise. I don't know why, but it's like, that's what just other people have said. It's because too much revision is actually not a good thing. Like, I think, in my opinion, where I was doing my 24-hour Study With Me, I've past 7 hours, I don't think I could remember anything. Like, I think I made a little graph. This is pretty much how my revision went. Say, this is learning, this is time. It was like, oh, yep, you're learning. Oh, wait, gone. And it just plateaued. And I didn't have an increase in learning, it probably went down. Or, I don't know, she's saying this science word, I guess, like denatured or something. I don't know, that's the wrong word. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Revision should be tailored to you, not a one-shoe-fits-all. It's what your start line is and what your finish line is and how far you've got to go. It's how fast you, how fast you have to run pretty much to get what you want. And, you know, some people are 100 metres away, some people are like 1.5k metres away. And obviously the further you are, the faster you're going to have to go. Which, when I mean speed, like when I'm saying the faster you have to go, I mean as in like how much time you'll have to revise. So, yeah, I hope this kind of cleared it up for people. I've seen quite a lot of how many hours should you revise, and people say, oh, I only revise for 3 hours a day maximum, and then they upload like a 12-hour Study With Me. But yeah, pretty much that's all I can say in this video. I'm not going to really call anyone out, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you have what your targets are, what your start and finish line is, you know, let me know in the comments what you're targeting for and what you're aiming for, and if this video helped, and I'll see you in the next one.